The lives of about 2,000 pupils at the LEKMA cluster of schools here in the Greater Accra region are at risk as they are forced to use a refuse dump despite the availability of toilet facilities at the school.
Over 2,000 students of the LEKMA cluster of schools located in Tashi are at the risk of contracting diseases as authorities of the school have refused to allow students from using toilet facilities available, leaving them to practice open defecation. Sadly, the teachers and management of the school have allocated to themselves one of the facilities. The school has denied the pupils a decent place to attend nature's call, making it a common sight to see the pupils openly defecating. For the students, the refuse dump, the seashore, and behind the school's wall are equivalent to the washroom they are denied of.
I jumped the wall.
You jumped the wall?
Yes, please. The seashore.
To go and then?
Poo-poo.
Why don't you use the toilet facility here?
They've not opened it.
How long have you been jumping the wall?
1 year from class 6.
And you are in Form what now?
Form 1.
As you can see, this facility, for instance, is ready to use with the taps flowing. The Environmental and Health Officer at LEKMA, Stephen Aglo, cites the incomplete nature of the building as an excuse for the situation the students find themselves in.
The way they are working now, we're expecting that by the end of this week or next week, we should hand over the facility to the schools.
The University of Ghana has pulled down a statue of India's independence leader Mahatma Gandhi. The life-size statue of Gandhi had been the target of an almost worldwide campaign led by academics at the university to be removed based on the pacifist leader's position on race.
At about 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday morning, the operation began. Under the protection of the University of Ghana's internal security, construction workers brought down the Indian hero statue. The process lasted for about 4 hours. But it took over 2 years to get to this point. On June 14, 2016, the statue of Mahatma Gandhi found its home at the University of Ghana's recreational quadrangle. It was given as a gift after a visit of the Indian President Pranab Mukherjee to Ghana as a sign of the good diplomatic ties between the two countries. Today's removal of the statue is still shrouded in mystery as school authorities have remained tight-lipped on the matter. Students at the height of the movement against the statue added their voice to the cause. These students could not agree more to today's removal of the statue of Gandhi.
I am personally elated that after 2 long years of aggressively petitioning, we have finally gotten that statue out of the way. Because that Gandhi must fall petition takes its root from the fact that we cannot recognize someone who's considered an international hero, who used to propagate a message, use nonviolent means to do so. But in his closet, it's recorded factually to have made statements, particularly during the 1800s in South Africa, when he referred to Africans as savages and a word that is called kafir. And that kafir is a highly offensive word used to describe black people.
And the supervisor for the construction of the old Igbewa Palace has handed over the palace to the MC for Yendi, Hamed Yusuf. The renovation of the old Igbewa Palace is part of preparations ahead of the funerals of the 2 late overlords of the Dagman traditional area.
I'll hand it over to you on Tuesday. You didn't start that day. You started on Wednesday. So if you started on Wednesday, today is the 8th day. You did promise that you would finish within 8 days. Yes. I started 8 days. That has been done. Physically, I can see that it is good, even though I don't know the specifications given you, but I can say for sure that a good work has been done.
Government says the Ghana Medical Association's position that the drone health delivery system does not conform to the country's primary healthcare policy is surprising.
At the 2018 Annual Health Summit in Accra, the Vice President Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia announced to the Ghana Medical Association government's intention to roll out the project as part of efforts to ensure effective healthcare delivery. The Ghana Medical Association welcomed the decision by government, and to quote the General Secretary of the GMA, Dr. Justice Yangson's reaction to the announcement, and I quote, "Well, as for us as an association, on countless occasions, we have bemoaned the state of emergency medical service in the country. So, if efforts are being made by the government to ensure that we strengthen that sector, we strengthen that aspect of our healthcare delivery, then we say kudos. Government is therefore taken aback at the current position of the GMA when it says, and I quote, "The proposed services to be provided by the drones do not conform to the primary healthcare policy in Ghana."
And the National Democratic Congress says it is unimpressed with the Akufo-Addo government's attempt at managing the Ghanaian economy.
They, in quote, delivered on the promise of turning all slums in Ghana into modern apartments with modern facilities. The promise to build railway lines from Accra through Paga to Burkina Faso. The promise of zero tolerance for corruption that saw the presidency become a kickback collection center. The promise of a golden age of business which saw the collapse of virtually all productive sectors such as local fishing, local poultry, local textile, local rice production, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, just as they deluded themselves in the past, they believe in their minds today that they have delivered on their promise to transform Ghana within 18 months. NPP never ceased to disappoint.
Has also responded to the NDC's press conference with one of their own, where the party's youth organizer, Henry Nanabuachi, has been speaking.
The NPP, upon assumption of office, abolished over 17 taxes. And we are talking about taxes, including there was a reduction of the national electrification levy from 5% to 3%. We also reduced the public lighting levy from 5% to 2%. We replaced the 17.5 VAT NHIL rate with a flat rate of 3% for traders. Again, we also implemented tax credit and other incentives for businesses that hire young graduates.